Hi there, that's right. Great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dash, back on the camera again today. And as you guys know, on this channel I tend to do tarot readings. And we have an inquirer called I Have a Dream 1973. Now she's someone who's got an interest in one particular guy, and she's made it quite plain that she doesn't want his name read out whilst I'm doing this particular broadcast. So, we'll keep that nice and secret then, shall we? But she wants to see whether there's some kind of interest which is going to happen between him and her with the passage of time. So let's just have a quick look and see what the reading says today. Using my traditional combination of tarot and basically anything else that comes through, take it one step at a time and see what kind of messages appear today. Still using the Book of Thoth Tarot because it's at hand. Here goes. Alright, this is my typical Nick Dutch relationship reading. Signs on your side, signs on his side, forces between you, short term, mid term and long term. Alright, now the message here is rather interesting and intriguing. I mean, the sense of attraction, I guess, is there, mainly on a communication level. Maybe this is someone you say hello to once in a while, or have some kind of nodding acquaintance with. There's not really a sense of this being a dramatically powerful connection, which is like going to be completely and utterly overriding. The signs on your side of things is suggesting, strong sense of longing, okay? Because we got signs relating to powerlessness, which is, of course, within the Devil card, but it's reversed, so it's not the strongest form of powerlessness. More a sense of irritation and frustration, as well as signs of course, effort and hard work being done, which is coming through in that very powerful coin sign there, the Three of Coins, talking not only about getting work done, but also working out how things could work out and being aware of the mechanisms that are required in order to try and get a particular result. So that's pointing out your awareness. You're the kind of person who's really willing and ready to be able to make something occur on the basis that the opportunity comes your way. Now, we've mentioned the forces between you, namely the fact that it's not loving as of yet, but there is still some potential, especially upon this communication type connection you've got at the moment. On his side of things, now this is where it's getting fascinating, quite compelling in many different ways, because on one side of things we got the desire for, that sense of victory, that sense of, I know there's going to be a challenge, I know there's going to be some kind of potential conflict of some description, but there's also this desire to be a part of a community. Is he a water sign? Does he have that kind of like family bond? Is he someone who's very interested in building something of a stable and solid nature? I sense a big feeling of a community around him. Is he really like a community individual or a strongly social individual? I feel he's got a lot of very interesting attributes there, which I wouldn't necessarily see or have shown to me in a reading I would do for a video broadcast. So his personality is quite intriguing, and the way it's interacting with yourself is also rather intriguing as well. I don't feel at this present point in time he's being too overt. I feel he's someone who wants to try and express this level of interest he's got for you, but doesn't want to push you away. So there's a very interesting sense of gently does it, but also enthusiastically does it. He's just like bubbling with some kind of enthusiasm or ability to entertain inside him, which is really cool. And that's something which will come out to the fore with the passage of time moving on into the future, okay? So you've got some very interesting dynamics going on at the moment between yourself and this mystery man, alright? Now, moving forward, short-term, mid-term and long-term future. There we go, short-term, mid-term, long-term future. The way I traditionally do it with my traditional Nick Dutch method. Short-term is going to be a bit tricky. You don't expect there to be anything straight away. This is someone who's going to carry on engaging with you. Maybe it's just in the workplace initially, but there is this feeling of there being something really rather powerful between the two of you, manifesting itself between 2 to 4 months, or at the outside 6 months. Remember, my time frames are very pessimistic. There's going to be something happening there. Alright, it does look like there is a romantic connection of some sort. It's not yet crystallized, of course, it's still very early days, and that's something we've both got to take into account, both you and me, okay? Moving further on into the future, okay? Signs here, a feeling of futility being turned upside down. Well, what do you think that means? There's a sense that there is going to be communication of a positive nature from him, very loving nature maybe. Then there may be a few more challenges which will make you think, oh my god, maybe it's not going to happen. Now, let's turn over another card and just see what's happening longer term future. What I'm picking up off there is the passionate aspects. Alright, this reading is showing signs of potential. But that card there, okay, the Ten of Swords, is often labelled as ruin. Now that means that your future can go in any different direction. It depends more upon what you do during the foundation stages between 3 and 6 months time when there's some interest happening, rather than, you know, how you actually consider the relationship itself to be like by fate. I don't think this is fated for you to necessarily be together, but this is a relationship which has potential, so you can make it so you can be together in the longer term. And in that respect, it's quite exciting. Now, if we relate back to what we had here, could it be that you have different characters and different expectations? Could that be a challenge for the future? Could that create more issues? Difficult to say. But essentially, I still feel that there is something here which could be beneficial in the longer term. Alright, well, we've had a quick look and we've seen what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods and energies seem to be appearing there. And it does look like a very complex relationship. Yeah, there is possibly a feeling of caution in the longer term future. But is that really something to worry about necessarily? Well, not really. You know, your mid-term future was looking very loving with the Two of Cups there, so there is that good potential. You've got to think very carefully about how you go about the actual communication aspects and how you go about turning this around into a relationship that could actually work and work very nicely for you. At the moment, you've got to focus on this aspect we saw earlier on, okay, the communication aspect and how you interact with him and integrate with him. Don't force it, don't expect too much, because that's one thing which can happen an awful lot when people come to a reader. They would say, oh, you know, you saw that we'd be together. No, what I saw is the potential for you to be together. And I've given you a few pointers to help you to contemplate about the situation. But this particular reading, you know, all 9 cards of it, has shown a bit of a story there. And it's during this short mid-term period that I think you've got to try and present yourself very well and very positively so you can get the end result that you require. I don't think it's looking very negative at all, but you've still got to carry on taking it one step at a time, basically, because that's what building a relationship from scratch can really be about. But yes, there is some interest there, and that was basically what your question was about. All inquiries by private message. Great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch, signing out for now. Rate, comment, subscribe, favourite and share. And I will look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. Bye for now.